It's a new day. The world is still falling. Here we are in October.
Hanji.
I'm surprised you haven't trolled about the Krabby Patty.
I already went.
No, you didn't troll them though.
Troll them what? Oh, the thing?
You haven't been keeping up with the social media
I
posts?
have. I've seen it. Like where they go and troll the place?
Yeah. Every time it's mandatory now. Ever since the Travis Scott burger event, whatever it's called, you're supposed to say, you know why I'm here.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to do that, bro. Those people are hardworking, dog.
All of a sudden you're an angel, huh?
I always have been, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that I've been blessed by powers above me, bro, to bring good to the world, you know?
What was your take on the Krabby Patty, bro?
It was alright. It could have been better. I think it was just the Wendy's that didn't really... They were in a rush for, to make it. It's kind of sloppy.
How'd they even get an approval to make the Krabby Patty, or how'd the collaboration even come along? Because
either Nickelodeon probably went to them, or Wendy's went to them.
Do you think they had to buy rights to it or something like that, or do you think anybody can use the name?
No, it was probably just like a collaboration between Wendy's and Nickelodeon, just to kind of just sell, sell the name.
I bet that made them so much money.
I think so. It's good. I'll eat it again before it leaves, but I'm not in a rush to try it, I think what was better though for me was probably the Frosty than the burger itself. Mm-hmm. Fries I didn't care about because it was hella salty. But
why does the Frosty come with it? There's no such thing in SpongeBob, is there?
The kelp shake.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, the kelp shake. They make a kelp shake. That's what that's supposed to be. The kelp shake. Hey, your brother's back.
The kelp shake, huh?
Kelp shake, yeah.
Shake. I don't know why I called it shake, but if you go to the Wendy's drive-thru, you should dress up as the cockroach. You know that cockroach that chills in the restaurant eating? You should do that. That would be hella badass, bro.
I'm going to play the song too. Like, you know why I'm here.
There you go, bro. Which character do you most associate with?
Probably SpongeBob himself.
That fool's a fruit, bro.
He's not a fruit.
Yeah, he is.
The way I see him, bro, he's hardworking, bro. Dedicated to the job.
You didn't know that?
Maybe. Of course I know that, bro.
That he's a fruit?
Yeah, but
I don't know why they made him like that. Or they announced it.
I don't know.
It's all programming, bro.
I look past that, bro. I don't care about that. For me, it's whatever. I admire SpongeBob work ethic, bro. He almost works for free. Or he works for free. No. In fact, he pays Mr. Krabs to work. You remember that episode? And they're open 24 hours a day.
He reminds me of one of those people that are so delusional and in the Matrix.
That's actually what I was about to say. That I feel like that show is based on... Obviously, it's not based on real life, but it has a significant meaning. Especially to me, because I think every time I watch the show, I find something that is... that associates to real life. Or our real life. Like you were just saying that. Like, SpongeBob is the epitome of the Matrix. Like, he works... to me, he's like a normal American. He goes to work, slaves away at this job, does anything he can for his employer and for his boss. And when he comes home, like, not saying he's miserable, but he's kind of like just deprived, and it's like a hamster wheel, And I think he has to do all this extra bullshit just to kind of keep himself sane. Yeah,
what if he's like he's really mental? Because of that life.
I think he is.
Because he is mental, right?
I think he is mental, bro. Yeah. He's mental. And not just him. Look at Squidward, bro. Squidward hates...
He's miserable.
He's miserable. And that's how most of our that's how most of our society is now. They're miserable because of the grind, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And then Patrick's like a bum, right?
Patrick
he doesn't do nothing. He lives under a rock,
He lives under the rock. Yeah, he's technically the bum.
Yeah.
And then you have, what's his name, Squilliam Fancy Son, who's living the high life, celebrity life.
Oh, yeah, because he's a musician.
He's a musician. And so the rest of these other guys, like Squidward is,
Is he related to Squilliam?
No, I don't think so. But, like, obviously he doesn't hate him, but he despises him because he's trying to get out of the Matrix to be like him.
Yeah, because Squilliam is everything he couldn't be.
Exactly.
That's what it reminds him of, I believe.
So.
It's a twisted show, bro.
It is a twisted show.
It never sat right with me. Ever since I've been a kid, I never really watched it like that.
I did a lot. I did a lot.
I just used to find it like I don't know, annoying.
Really?
Yeah, it used to get to me. It used to bother me a lot.
Dang.
Yeah, so I never really used to watch it. But I know I have friends that really enjoyed it. It seems like it had a pretty significant impact on them because it was part of their childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why everybody's going back and buying it, because everybody at one point when they're watching cartoons, they're probably wondering how a Krabby Patty tasted in real life.
To me, I think the closest thing to a Krabby Patty was probably always Wendy's. I've even told my brother, I was like, I think if a Krabby Patty was real, like, it'd be Wendy's. Like, Wendy's, sometimes In-N-Out, but In-N-Out doesn't, I don't care for In-N-Out too much, but Wendy's for me. Yeah.
You should open up your own and then hire, you could be Mr. Krabs, you can hire employees.
Yeah, for real.
Um,
We used to call our old boss, or me and my coworkers, when we used to work at a different place, we used to call our old boss Eugene Krabs. Because he's a penny pincher.
yeah, like pretty soon you won't even have to hire anybody. You remember that post you sent us on IG? But that post you sent me, it kind of relates to that. The self-ran coffee business with the robots.
Oh, that's real. You know that, right? It's
Yeah, I
insane.
looked
It's
it
a
up.
real-
I looked it up.
I'm gonna go check it out. Not this weekend, but next week I'm gonna go check it out. I want to see what it's all about.
I was so surprised that it touched down here finally. I can't believe it, bro.
It's insane.
It's hella insane. I would have never thought as a kid that you'd be getting served by robots. We used to see it in shows and stuff,
Mm-mm.
but we never. It might have been in the back of our heads, but we never expected it to happen, bro.
What I thought was crazy was the fact that it's so close to home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the crazy part.
Now that they've done it, you think other businesses are gonna follow suit?
McDonald's is already doing it.
At that
They've
point,
been doing it.
at that point, what's gonna separate all the businesses? You get what I'm saying? What's gonna separate each business from each other?
At this point, it would have to be quality in their food, because
Yeah.
it was a combination of both. You would go to a business, like we were talking about the homies, right? About the chicken place.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he was saying it was good customer service.
Jay was saying that it was good customer service. Obviously, you're gonna go somewhere because, one, the food tastes good, but you get treated right. You
Right.
know. But if you take customer service out of the equation and you're just getting attended by robots, that human interaction or that connection with other people, or not even the camaraderie, like, you know, when you see, like, especially if you go to a place for so long or repetitively, you become cool with the people that work there. If they work there for a while, like, hey, what's up, bro? So that kind of, you lose all of that. It's all out of the equation. So the only way you have a chance to base that place is based on the items they're selling. I mean, in this case, it would be food. So their food has to be top notch at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then like wait time and all that.
Their wait times would have to also be top notch.
Yeah. But that's insane though.
Mm-hmm.
What was that gonna
I think that if we go down that path where all these robots, you know, like the way that coffee place is, what if the robot messes up the drink and adds extra coffee or extra creamer or something like that? Like, what are you supposed to do at that point? Who do you complain to?
Nobody.
You're just kind of stuck with your drink.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do anything about it.
That's a positive aspect for a business owner.
It is. Because you can't go back over there, and if you reorder, they're going to make you pay, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It might be really good for people that are antisocial. A lot of people are nowadays, seems like a lot of people have anxiety. So it might be really good for them. They might be really happy about this, because then they don't have to worry about messing up their order. They just go get what they want. Because you know how some people, they're really scared. There's some people out here that are really scared to just order something.
That's crazy, bro.
Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, experienced it? Yeah.
Well, they have this cafe in Japan, or this ramen spot in Japan, where it's a cubicle for individuals. So you can go to the spot. It's it makes you. It's for people that just want to do things by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go there, eat your ramen in like a confined space, and there's another cubicle right next to you. Same thing, like just kind of blocked off, and it's just one person sitting. And in the front, it's like a curtain, So the workers, then you don't even see the workers. The workers pull up a curtain like this, and they just drop your food and pull it back down. So you never even see them either.
Yeah, that's antisocial, like on another level.
Mm-hmm.
They're also showing that Japan has those vending machine foods. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but they've been having those.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing until like a couple of
Mhm.
years ago. But that's still surprising to think about, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how insane is that? You just go to a vending machine, you buy food. Like,
Yeah.
think about, like, from back in the day, before you'd have to make everything yourself. Like, um, down the animal, you know,
True.
chop it, cook it, whatever, prepare it, everything. Now you just go, put in the money, ready made. It's there for you. You just heat it up.
Yeah.
And
But the thing about
crazy.
Japan is that they're on a different level. They're on a different level than we are. Because I watch a lot of documentaries on stuff like that. Like I was watching a documentary, or not even a documentary, it was like a video of this guy exploring Japan. He was talking about the vending machine business and stuff like that, and talking to different people. So he went and he talked to somebody who's a big multi-million-dollar corporation in Japan that supplies foods for these vending machines on a massive scale. Then he goes and talks to like a local restaurant that does it for a certain prefecture of vending machines, and then he does it for like a small like person who makes foods at home and sells them in like a local vending machine. So he was talking to all three of them, but I feel like that kind of system won't work here in the U.S. There's so much laws and regulations and just Karens, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of that shit. There's a vending machine in Sac at this shopping center where they sell pizza. Like, it's actually fresh pizza, like cooked and everything.
I think I saw some guy on IG eating something like that. Is it like that DiGiorno's?
No, it's different. It's so different. Like, you put money into it and a big ass pizza comes out. It takes like 10 minutes, if that, but yeah, big ass pizza comes out.
I was hella dying laughing because I stumbled on this account where the kid, every time he's about to eat a food, he'll like describe it. He'll be like, "Oh, waffles, you are very compartmentalized.
Oh yeah.
Your heavenly smell, the aroma that you give, something. I can't wait to devour you." He be saying shit like that. It makes me
Yeah.
crack up. He's a chill dude, but it's hella funny, bro.
That's crazy.
The comments are out of pocket on his videos. It's just hella funny, bro. I think I sent it to you guys, but I'm gonna have to send some more. They're like hilarious. I
Yeah.
don't know why. It's just like the way he talks about it. It's like Shakespeare writing a poem about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. It's interesting though, this whole robot and antisocial thing. It's insane.
yeah, I think we're diverting away from like communities big time. Everybody's so near each other, but yet so alone. And then I think I was talking to some people. They're saying about 16% of people in the U.S. are on antidepressants. I thought it was hella higher than that, but I thought it was around 50%.
No.
But I was hella wrong. I found out it's only 16%.
No, I don't. It's not that much. I think we're
Yeah.
kind of diverting away from it too.
But it's only gonna go up, the amount of people on antidepressants.
Yeah, because I mean, people are kind of either getting cooped up in their houses and not going out. Because I mean, you got all these people doing DoorDash and DoorDashing their meals, DoorDashing their groceries. Like, it's on another level, bro. Like, you don't even have to go to the store anymore. Especially for people who don't want to socialize, they don't have to do anything. They just kind of go order everything on DoorDash, and they don't have to communicate with nobody.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean? And I think it's getting to that. It's getting there already.
I don't trust that shit, bro. What if somebody spits in your food or something like that? That's so nasty.
There was a couple cases. I seen one on IG where this guy gets something DoorDash, and this Desi guy, you can see it on the Ring camera, and the guy calls him out after he sees it. The guy opens the drink and he spits it and he closes it back up.
Oh my god.
And then the guy comes out and he goes, "Hey, why the fuck you spit in my drink?" And the guy was apologizing, like, "Oh, I'm sorry," like, just saying sorry. And the guy goes, "Nah, bro, like, sorry ain't gonna do shit. Like, what's the whole reasoning why you have to do that? Like, I don't get it. I get it, like, I don't like people using, personally, I think DoorDash is stupid. It's a waste of money, like, I'm gonna go and get my own food myself, or I'm gonna go get my own groceries. To me, it's just laziness to do it, but don't hate the game, bro. Just, you know what I mean? It's different.
That's why we need the vending machines or like the robots.
Yeah.
We're all just contributing to our own demise. If everybody played it by the book, like treated everybody with respect, we wouldn't need all this bullshit.
And I agree.
But instead, everybody, like, when you start doing dirty shit, it makes people get away from all that. Like, for example, I'd trust a robot over more than a person for, like, making food. Or, like,
Yeah.
coffee, because the robot's not going to, like, you know, like, say there's a mistake, it drops something, it's just going to make you a new one from scratch, you know?
A robot or a human?
Robot.
True.
Like, for example,
True.
like, if it messes up your order, it's going to toss it somewhere, right? And then you'll just get the next one.
Or it
Whereas
won't-
if a person drops like your food or something, they're just gonna pick it back up and then give it to you if you don't see it,
Yeah.
because they're gonna expect you not to know.
Not to know.
That's the thing. A lot of people lack integrity.
What and I was gonna bring up the same point too. What's crazy is that at society, I think there's certain levels of trust though, and certain levels of integrity. So, people say that they people with trust issues, they have trust issues to a certain point. They're like, oh, I don't trust that person. I don't trust this. I don't trust that. But then you lose that. All that gets thrown out the window when you go to a restaurant. All that goes out the window when you go to Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
You're trusting a stranger to make your food. You're trusting a stranger to make your drink. But yet you have trouble trusting the guy that you've been in the grind with for the last 5 years, or your best friend, or something like that, or your partner. But you can trust a homie at Starbucks to make your fucking drink without spitting in it. Like, I think it's a pendulum. You can't have it one way and expect it to not be the other way. Like, it's weird how our mind works. Like, about that. But honestly, man, I do agree. That's why I kind of choose sometimes not to eat out as much anymore, because you never know. And it's not even about the person that's making your food. You don't even know how the kitchen is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Chipotle when they had the E. coli breakout.
Exactly. Like, you don't know what's going on. Like, you don't know.
And that's so nasty because E. coli comes from doo-doo.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like, it's just at these days, bro. You don't know how sanitary things are, and even to say, if the kitchen is sanitary, the chemicals are using to clean, they're harsh, bro. You don't think that doesn't affect your food either? You got to think about that too.
That's the thing that sucks. I wish it was more like whole food and stuff.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, like, we're in a circumstance where we don't have time because we come from a long day of work or something, and then we're like, we got to go down that route.
But also, one can argue that other societies also work as well, and they have time for whole foods, or they can eat whole foods, So what it is that I think we've been trained since we were kids to eat this garbage. Like we were talking about. Like,
I didn't start eating the fast food until later, like after high school.
Well, not necessarily fast foods, but like from school. Like how we were talking about the last two podcasts, the last podcast about lunch versus lunchly, or Lunchables and stuff. Like, even our school lunches are garbage. Like, so we're already processed to eating this, or programmed to eat this kind of food, and then when we go out into like college or real world, like, it's the same food they're giving. It's the same kind of food they're giving us at these fast food restaurants.
Yep.
So.
Damn, man. It's terrible.
It is, man.
But luckily, I don't. That's why I stick to one place. I don't like venture out too much.
I mean, and I do, because I like food, but I'm very picky with my food, so I'm not gonna go. I'd rather eat something that I know is gonna taste good, and I know that it's at least made real, versus in pulling up to a Jack in the Box drive-thru and say that, oh, that's what I want to eat. I'm good off of that.
You know what seemed whatever, but it was still bomb at the same time. Hometown Buffet.
Yeah.
I used to love going there, bro.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't like it wasn't healthy or anything like that, but like going there was an experience.
It was a bargain, bro.
It was crazy. Damn, I missed the carrot cakes.
Yeah, honestly, bro.
And the cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls.
Bro.
You know what I liked the most was the ice cream, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Ice cream machines. I remember when they used to have chocolate and vanilla. I used to go back, bro. I used to put both, and then I used to put like sprinkles and everything, bro. Man, I miss that.
I used to skip those. I used to get the gummy bears. Because you know how you're supposed to top the ice cream with the gummy bears?
Yeah.
Man, I missed that. And then, like, man, honestly, bro, like, for what it was pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I liked it, too. I remember when we first went to Hometown, because I never went to Hometown with my family.
Yeah.
That I remember. So, when I I told I was in high school, or I don't remember what grade I was in. But I said, hey, we're gonna go out to eat after soccer practice, and my parents were like, where are you guys gonna go? Like, what's close by? And we're like, oh, we want to go hometown buffet. And my parents are like, whatever. Like they didn't know what. I told them what it was, and they were just like, yeah, sure. So how much was the buffet? It was like, I don't even remember how much it was. Like $10.
Bro, it's only like
$5.
$10. It was cheap,
super cheap,
bro.
huh? Bro, so in our
If you
mindset,
think about it now, that was hella good deal.
that was a good deal, bro, because it's all you can eat.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, so in our mindset, bro, like me and my soccer homies, bro, we were walking in like we were ballers, bro. Like I know it's just hometown buffet, but we were walking in like we were like the main men, like the made men, like we made it. Like we can afford all this food for $5-10,
Looking back now, that was like a bargain of the century.
It was a bargain, bro.
Like you could sit there for days and just kick back. Like
yeah.
If we had that around, I'd just go with the homies post up over there.
Same, dude. Man, I do miss hometown buffet.
If I could go back, I want to experience that.
I remember I went to hometown buffet with my neighbor. Because he was an old guy. He always went to hometown buffet like twice a week, 3 times a week.
A lot of the old people did. That's the crazy thing.
And so it was his birthday one time. And he was like, I was like, hey, Don, what do you got going on for your birthday? He goes, I'm going to go get myself my hometown buffet, my meal, and some other stuff around town. And he was going to come back. He was going to celebrate birthday. It's his birthday at hometown buffet. And I was like, I'll go with you. So I bought him his meal and everything. But, dude, it was a cool experience, like, it was... I feel like everybody at hometown buffet was legitimately like nice. The workers were cool.
Yeah.
Bro, it was cool. Like you could just go and walk, get your food and whatever. But it's different, bro.
They had to do a lot though. Those workers, I felt bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it was nice.
I recently just went to Sizzlers and I've never been there. So I went to Sizzlers on Monday because I wanted to get a steak and some shrimp.
Yeah.
And they have this salad bar. It's like kind of like hometown buffet, but on a smaller scale. So they don't have like everything. They don't have the pizza. They don't have the meat. None of that. It's just like salads and then like snacks and all this other stuff, chicken nuggets and all this other crap. But I didn't get the salad bar. I didn't pay for it. I was like, nah, I don't want to eat this stuff. I just wanted my other food. But it's not the same, bro. It's not the same. Nothing compares to hometown buffet.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. It seems like a far off, distant dream. It was a whole different environment. But the only thing that sucked was when the plate would come out, everybody would be like grabbing the little spatulas, and then they'd be like hella like scooping out the food hella fast.
Yeah.
They're like seagulls, bro. That shit used to be funny as hell.
But I used to go during non-peak times. So like it was never... I think one time we went on a minimum day, so we probably went like around 1, 2 o'clock. There was nobody there.
Damn,
it was empty, bro. We had like the whole place to ourselves, pretty much.
Yeah, forgetting it now. I'd be posted up over there, bro.
Yeah.
Bulking, bro. For bulking, that'd be a hack.
That'd be a hack, cause dude, you're getting meals for fucking $5, bro.
That's some healthy options too. Did you hear about Cuba? Their power grid went out. The whole power was gone.
Crazy.
Grid, I think the grid is knocked off. Can you imagine if that happens here? That should be crazy, bro.
People couldn't charge their electric cars, dog.
It's gonna be... I don't know like how the grid works or whatever, but if something gets knocked out, we're all cooked.
Yeah.
Can you imagine no Wi-Fi, none of that shit, no TV? Like, it was hard to imagine as kids, when we used to get bored, time used to go by hella slow. Imagine not having that. Damn, bro.
The other day I was laying in bed and I was thinking about... I wasn't on the internet or nothing, and I was like, dude, I was trying to reminisce about what I would do without having the internet in my hands, or having the internet, like what was I doing? I was watching TV. I remember I would watch cartoons, but even then you could do that for so long, so I don't even remember what I did when I was a kid like that. Really, I really don't.
Bro, I used to watch TV, and then I used to just watch the commercials and all that shit, and just be bored just sitting there. And then if like the show you didn't like was on, you'd be stuck. Now, I'm like, even though we say it's like bad times, it's still hella good because you get to watch whatever show you want whenever you want. Demand. Like, we kind of take it for granted. And now, like, you have IG. I posted it on my story the other day, like, now that you have Reels, you don't even feel like watching movies, right? And imagine if we had that during that time, how much better our time would be. Even though we like look down on that shit, I think like that's the shit that would have helped us get through like our time easier.
Personally,
It used to suck just sitting there bored, bro.
Yeah.
I used to hate that shit.
I used to play video games, but this was like before when video games were like CDs or on DVD. This is before Wi-Fi too, so like you didn't have any updates or anything like that. So even when you beat the game, you could replay it, but even then you can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
even the video games are making like a sick comeback because recently, I don't know if you heard, but Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero came out.
Mm-hmm.
That game looks so sick. If that shit came out when I was young, I would have been on that game all day.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to buy. I'm gonna buy the new Dragon Ball Z game. That came out yesterday. Or
It came out like 2 weeks ago.
2 days, yeah.
But like,
They're
if
sold out right now at GameStop, actually.
they're sold out.
Yeah, I was gonna go try to buy it today.
I was watching the gameplay today. Like, if something like that was run when I was a kid, bro, man, say goodbye to going outside. I'd be kicking back. In that game, it kind of has that vibe. It brings back like the time we had as kids, like the type of games, you know.
Yeah.
So even though like people say now time is bad, it still has this like goods,
I
ups and
agree.
downs, like just like back when we were younger.
I think so. I was watching this. I was watching this thing on. I don't remember if it was on YouTube or IG or. But anyways, they were talking about mice or a mouse or whatever. And this has to relate to our attention span and how we do things in life. And they were giving this mouse a normal human diet to see what it would do. I don't know if you've seen the video. It's like he's floating on water.
No.
And he's trying to get to, like, there's a platform in the middle of the water, and so it's pretty much like a bowl, like a big ass bowl or whatever it is, and it's full of water. And in the middle there's a platform, and they put the mouse in there, and the mouse is supposed to go to the platform and get on top to get out of the water. So anyways, they do an experiment. Where there's a mouse that eats a diet, like an American diet, sugar, whatever, all that other bullshit. And he's trying to figure out, he can't get to the bowl. He's swimming around, struggling, like just everything. Forgets all his training, forgets the programming. And then they have this other mouse that's eating whole foods, or that eats whatever, normal, no processed bullshit. And he's able to go to the platform easily every single time. But as soon as that mouse goes on the processed diet, he forgets everything. He forgets all his programming. I feel like that's what food has been doing to us, because I noticed that our attention span, and I blame that on the internet too, having the phone in our hand, but our attention span is it's worse than what it used to be. Our memory is worse. Like sometimes you hear about people, oh, I forgot. Even though we just did it like 5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. Like, I feel like we're slowly forgetting shit. And I don't even think it's our age. I think it's just the shit or the stuff that we're consuming. Either from the consumption of this or in the stuff we're putting in our bodies. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I have. I've been picking up on it a lot.
Luckily, my memory hasn't really been bad. But
mine hasn't either.
And other people I've seen like it take place. What's it called? It's crazy you bring that up, because I was watching a video and they're showing how much grams of sugar 2 crumble cookies have.
Yeah, it's insane.
They're saying like 100-something grams, bro.
Yeah, I would spaz out, bro. I can't.
And then somebody in the comments mentioned, no wonder all these people, they have brain fog and stuff.
Yeah, that's part of it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I get brain fog a lot, but I get brain fog when I'm in like in a situation where I'm full, like my plate is full of like work. Like if I got work, especially when I'm at work, when I'm at my desk and I have like projects everywhere, then I get brain fog because I'm trying to do everything at once and I forget what I'm doing over here. But like day-to-day tasks, I don't have brain fog. It's just when I have a lot of mental work. But yeah, I do notice that a lot of people have been getting brain fog because they're consuming a lot of crap, dude.
And then I think what this ties into is that a lot of people, they're falling into brainwashing.
Yes.
It's like programming, because I recently heard about cults and stuff, and I found out there was a cult near us, which is hella crazy. And then the guy, he goes on to say, it's on Camp Gagnon, his YouTube channel. They go on to say that how people are feeling lonely and they're using so much technology because they're isolated that they feel like they need to belong to something, and it's making it easier for people to program them and brainwash them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lady he was mentioning, her name was Teal Swan, and he said that she was brainwashing all these ladies, and she was making them part of her cult, and like she would somehow make them feel like they were being mistreated by their family. But she was saying like their families were abusing them. Any small thing, like if a husband showed the kids too much love, she was saying that the husband was trying to groom the kids or something. If the lady got yelled at or something, I'm just saying words here, but it's something along the lines of that. Like
Yeah.
she was getting abused, and then she was brainwashing women into thinking that that's how it really was, and then she was making them part of her group, and she was making them admit all their secrets, and then like later on, if they wanted to leave the cult, I think she would either threaten them or they would end up getting doxxed.
Fuck.
And she would have like pretty much have the wives or mothers call CPS on the husbands that didn't even do anything,
Yeah.
and she would have them move away from the fathers. And I think that's one trait these people have, like the cult people. They like try to isolate you away from your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro. So it's easy starting a cult. It would be cool having your own cult, but not like the way these guys are
not
doing
the way
it.
these guys do it.
Yeah.
I mean, cults have been around forever, man. Cults have been around forever. What? I feel like I think cults started off because people were starting to get lonely. Because I think over generations you start becoming less social and more antisocial. I mean, and then it kind of sped up until where we are now because everything is digital.
Yeah.
So I think cults is kind of like a cult is a kind of a way for people who are antisocial to kind of gain their social skills back or be a part of something is what I'm trying to say. But it doesn't. The people who are doing these cults are not doing it for the kind of purpose. They're doing it for their own, crazy.
And now it's easier than ever because you can just talk through your microphone, talk in a certain way, brainwash them, because there's certain ways, manipulation tactics people use to like influence your mind.
I think the way I see a cult now is I don't see a cult. So you still have your normal cult, which is like in person, like you go and someone's like preaching to you or talking to you about stuff. But cults have evolved now. Cults are more. They have a digital presence, so even your famous YouTuber or your favorite YouTuber that has thousands or millions of subscribers or whatever, that's a cult. That's legit a cult, because especially if you have a group following, and kind of like we were talking about like a few weeks ago, where how the YouTuber will kind of project or call their people like chat or hey chat, or
they call them and give them a name.
They give them a name. Essentially, that's a cult.
Yeah, it is.
And
that's what that guy was talking about too.
And what it is like, that YouTuber is overriding the people's programming or just training them, like how to think in a different way.
It gives them a sense of belonging, to be a part of like a club.
Exactly. And I think cults have evolved, and like they're becoming more digital, with YouTube Instagram, Twitter. You can have one person, and that one person can have all these social media platforms and just have control all their followers. It's crazy.
It's happening. Like, for example, like I'm seeing on TikTok, there, like if somebody was beefing with someone, they would send all their fan base to the person, talk shit to them, or like have them go after the job or something like that.
Yeah, perfect example. Drake and this Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing. I mean, they're not YouTube celebrities or actual like music people, like artists, but they got their people they at one point were divided. They were like, "Oh, Drake, I'm a Drake fan, or I'm a Kendrick." I mean, it went that far, So to me, there was two cults. You either were the people, you went with Drake or you went with Kendrick, and those were just cults, of themselves on a different level. But
there's even outside of that, like sports, they have their own cults.
Exactly, like sports
football
teams.
They'll like
football teams.
They'll actually like these rap beef, whatever. Like not many people are gonna fight each other. They're just gonna talk shit online. But sports, people will get beat up on that shit.
Yeah, and
like actually like
I think of those as legal cults. Those are technically legal or safe cults, as you want to call them. It's like supermarkets that have rewards programs. Those are also safe or legal cults. But then you got your more extreme cults that are like they do some weird shit in the freaking woods, in the middle of nowhere, or at some guy's tent church thing pop up place.
Fraternities, sororities.
Exactly.
I think sororities and
Those
frats are like
too.
one of the worst ones.
Those are cults too.
They do weird shit.
But it's interesting how the human dynamic works as far as like trying to
fit in or have their
fit in
group.
and belong, like.
And the easiest people to target are people that have broken homes or they feel like they don't get along. That's one way. Like if you split off someone from their family, you can easily bring them in.
Yeah, because their home life isn't going good, so you try to fill that void.
Or it could be something minor, right? Somebody might just get in a fight with their spouse, and then like you'll just you'll make the problem seem bigger than it is, and then you become the solution. You become their escape, and then all of a sudden you have a person that it comes like anything we do in this life. It comes down to like that type of stuff. If you're unaware, it can happen to you. Like for example, like to how do people get power over other people? They become that person's escape.
Yeah.
They become the solution to all their worldly problems, or they make them forget the problems. And that's like manipulation 101, or like dark arts, psychology, whatever they call it. But it's pretty interesting. I tried looking it up just to see how people get brainwashed or how it works, because I think everybody should know how you can fall for someone's trap.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, bro. Even if you know somebody's trying to manipulate you, you can still fall into that shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't really. Oh shit! I gotta turn it off.
Oh, the cult got us. Chat. Help us, chat. Oh, there we are.
Sorry.
Chat, that was a close one.
So, anyways, even I don't blame. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that kind of stuff, like cults and stuff like that, because one, I blame the individual for falling into that gullible situation, because even if the cult isn't dangerous, like for an example, like how we were talking about those pastors or those church leaders that have these fancy houses and fancy shoes and blinged out, like I don't really blame them that much for all of these cult followers contributing to this guy's status or whatever, because they're the people who are the ones who are gullible enough to give this guy money for the church when he's not spending it on the church. I don't blame the guy for doing it. It's the people, the rest of the sheep that are following the guy. So I think you just kind of have to be. I think people are not using their right judgment to be aware of their situation or be aware of what they're getting themselves into. Because for me, I think church is an easy way to either get into a cult or get scammed in a way. So I just think it's easier for people to just to kind of go, especially when they go into establishment like that they're handing out their money and then they get brainwashed at the same time. So it's like they're going in a factory, they're giving all their money away, coming out brainwashed, and they forget everything that they learned outside of that place. And they're getting scammed at the same time because they're giving somebody that's preaching, like in the case of these, pastors of these mega churches, they're just BSing their way through, but then they're getting like nice outfits, nice cars, nice houses, stashing money away in their houses in the walls, that's a cult, bro. Like, you might not be dying or getting, limbs chopped off, but you're getting scammed, bro. Like, all your hard-earned money is going to some guy just to get a Gucci suit, and some Prada shoes. So there's a lot of cults, bro. Every cult is all disguised differently, but
when we pop off, what are we naming our cult?
I don't want to be part of a cult, bro. I'm good. I like to be on my own, bro.
This is gonna be our cult, bro.
Have you? So
Chad, give us a name suggestion.
What about you? Like, do you ever feel like you should go to, like, not become part of a cult, but become part of like a circle? I'll call it a cult. Like, become part of a circle, like like a place where you feel like you belong. Because I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I need to go do that.
Nah, because I think I'm really aware of what's going on. I mean, if the only thing I'm part of is my religion, but that's about it.
Yeah, but that's that. But and
Yeah.
that's different. You know, that's
Yeah, yeah.
different. That's different
But
because that's
no, I don't do none of that group
yeah.
meetings and stuff. I never had the want to be. You know, I'd rather make my own cult
I'm the
rather
same.
than join one. I'd
Yeah.
rather have my own. But it's
I'm-
not even like it wouldn't even be me being a leader. It would just be like a big group, like big group. You know.
Of people just
Yeah, just
hanging out.
like cool people, like cool vibes. None of that bullshit where
Yeah.
somebody's trying to one up each other.
No.
Because I've always been the one that wanted to see everybody succeed. You know, that are good natured people.
Facts.
So, and like people that don't butt heads, like people that get along. Sure, you guys might joke around with each other here and there, but at the end of the day, I want a group that's like good vibes.
Yeah. I think I'm on the same level as you, man. I don't really
Yeah.
need to. I feel like I don't need to go join a cult or join a group like
Yeah.
that just to feel a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, at the end of the day, I'm perfectly fine hanging out with people
Hmm.
with the same mindset as me, and I'm also perfectly fine going to do things on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a mixture of both. So I
Yeah.
can be social or antisocial pretty fast, and I'm perfectly fine with both sets of situations. And I think people are, in my opinion, people feel like they want to be social and they don't know how to, so they have to join these kind of clubs or cults or whatever.
Yeah.
And it starts off in high school if you think about it. We get programmed for that stuff in high school.
Oh yeah, they try.
Yeah, because you got cliques,
Hmm.
you got group activities or whatever you call them, like
Clubs, organizations,
sports. So all that stuff gets pre-programmed in our mind at a young age, at a high school
Yeah.
level.
Dude, you know what'd be sick if I could do this? Just make a documentary at a school.
That'd be badass.
Or have someone do a documentary, like observe everybody and show like how each crew hangs out with each other, the dynamics, how it works. It'd be pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
And then do a follow-up video where everybody is at and like later on in life.
Like 10 years from there.
Yeah, and then they can make like an educational video showing like how none of that matters, but it does shape us in our thought process. Some people they become ghosts of the past. Some people they get burnt to the ashes and they rise up as phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Some people they fall apart. It's weird. I don't know.
Or they have their peak
Mhm.
at the high school level, and then they just start going down.
Yeah.
You have those people too.
Or you have people that are like living the peaceful life. They had a peaceful school experience, peaceful life, living happily ever after, got a good kids and family.
Yeah.
Some people, they've been always envious in high school and then they stay envious after high school. Some people stay in the drama. It's strange.
You know, actually, that would be a pretty good documentary, actually. Interesting.
Make it like a
See.
movie, like
Yeah.
so-and-so, this happened to so-and-so, they're living life. This guy has a nice dog, now he's going on walks each day.
Yeah.
This guy, he became a fitness expert, or this guy became a big-time celebrity, Hollywood celebrity, things like that.
That would be cool, and then to kind of see where they're at 10 years from there, to see where they're at mentally. Because I want to, or, you know.
It's kind of strange, though, because, like, if you think about it, like, the people that made it in Hollywood, even though we know people are picked and chosen, the people that made it in high school, they were considered, the people that made it in Hollywood, they were considered, like, losers in high school.
Losers in high
strange.
school, yeah.
And then they went on to do bigger things.
Yeah.
Or, like, people that became CEOs and stuff, they weren't doing much. And then, or, like, they might have been a loser in high school, then they came up, and then they went on to become inspirational for other people. Or somebody else was at peak in high school, they ended up on drugs. Or somebody else was good in high school, or they just excelled even more. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, that like
path.
these people who become CEOs or become these like top people, you know, in life, it's because they break away from that stereotype. They break away from the rule. They break the rules, so to speak. So they're different, and then because they're not following that straight path like everybody's going through. Like everybody's just walking together, trying to get that diploma, trying to get this and trying to get that. They go off a different path, and then they all of a sudden take another shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's how they succeed, because they're not following that dynamic where you got to go to school, then you gotta get your degree, and then you gotta work in the matrix, and they don't do that. They just take the different way out, and they hit it off. They make it, and they make money.
That might be like the sickest feeling ever. Like, let's say like you weren't satisfied in high school, you wanted to live like certain life of another person, and then
Mhm.
you just like getting out of high school, you just become like hella wealthy or something like that. You live the life you'd only dream.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the sickest feelings ever. Or like a lot of people, some might have felt like they were overlooked or something, and then they just came up.
I think that's cool too. I think that would be a good feeling, especially if you were like, so to speak, a loser in high school, and then you all of a sudden like become like a baller. You have your life together. You have kids. You have a nice, good-looking wife, really nice. And you got a nice car, house, and everything. You made it.
Yeah.
Made man. But you're on a different level. Like you're like nationally seen as a big player or something in life.
Yep.
And then you go back to your high school, whatever what do they call it, reunion?
Mm-hmm.
And people will acknowledge you. You're like, damn, dude, that guy was a loser. He wasn't even supposed to make it, but then he made it, And the guy or the people who were the popular kids supposedly going to do big things in life, they're nowhere.
Yep. To end it off, I'm going to say one thing. Today you could be the king of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Today. Tomorrow you could be a beggar.
True.
There's a story I heard. There's a man, he was really wealthy. One of the top guys around the area. Something happened to where he became destitute, and then he ended up dying homeless under a bridge.
Dang.
So you never know when your peak can be in your low, or your low could be and your peak could be. Just stay humble and don't take things for granted.
I agree.
With that being said, y'all take it easy. Shout out Vin. I know he has suggestions he wants to give.
Oh, is that the homie that you're telling me that? What other homie watches? You remember you told me?
Yeah, him.
Vin, yeah. Shout
That's
out to the homie
my
Vin.
brother's homie.
Yeah, Vin.
What up, Anch? Anch needs to make a comeback over here.
Big homie out. Dude, we gotta get some homies back on this podcast, bro.
Yeah, for real.
We haven't
Dr. Skirage.
Skirage,
He's over there.
Gym Rat Manny.
We've been waiting for that homie for days.
I know, dude.
Bro became a baller. He left this behind.
Mm-hmm. Trying to make it big in the local rec team.
Bro's gonna be schooling people breaking ankles and shit.
You never know. He might make it to Harlem Globetrotters, bro.
Shit, who knows?